Good morning, my dear children. Let us continue redox. Redox is a combination of oxidation and reduction. So, under oxidation, loss of electron is called oxidation. We know that an element loses its electron, it gains positive charge. The donating capacity will be depends on the stability of that particular element. For example, sodium can donate 1 electron to attain the stable electronic configuration, whereas magnesium have to donate 2 electron to attain the stable electronic configuration. So, charge of any element in bonded state is called oxidation number or oxidation state. So, oxidation number of sodium will be +1, whereas magnesium oxidation number will be +2. I hope you have understood this. Let me continue. Now, after donating that electron, it gains plus charge. So, from 0, oxidation state increases, oxidation number increases into +1 or +2. Whereas, when you talk about reduction, gain of electron. So, once an element gains an electron, it will gain the negative charge. So, decrease of oxidation number of any element. Okay. Rules on oxidation. We will discuss about few rules on oxidation number. Already we have discussed, studied in class 11. For pure element, example, iron, copper, silver, N2, H2, O2, all are having oxidation number as 0. So, pure element oxidation number will be 0, whereas monoatomic ion. So, already I have mentioned in the slide, charge of an element is a oxidation number. So, for monoatomic number, the charge will be -1. For monoatomic number, the whatever charge that element is having, that will be oxidation number. For example, group 1 element, lithium, sodium, potassium, will not talk about hydrogen here, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Oxidation number will be +1. As we know, and based on the electronic configuration, as these elements donate 1 electron to attain the stable electronic configuration, so oxidation number for this group will be +1. In group 2, oxidation number will be +2. We know that beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, after donating 2 electron, it will attain the stable electronic configuration. So, oxidation number will be +2. So, for this type of element, the charge whatever it is carry, it will be oxidation number. For the neutral compound, for example, KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, for this type of compound, the sum of oxidation number is 0. Whereas, if it is polyatomic ion, example, MnO4 minus, Cr2O7 minus 2. For this, sum of an oxidation number is ion's charge. MnO4 minus, oxidation number will be -1. And we have got few exceptional cases. Hydrogen will have 2 oxidation number for the based on the stability purpose. It may have +1, sometimes it may have -1. Most probably it will be having +1. H2O, H2S, H2SO4, HCl, we have come across all this compound. In all this example, whatever I have mentioned, oxidation number of hydrogen will be +1. Whereas, sodium hydride, NaH, MgH2, here hydrogen oxidation number will be -1. Here we have to talk about the electropositivity between these two elements. Now, next example is oxygen, various oxidation number, that is -2 to +2. Most of the compounds like KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, H2SO4, oxygen is having -2. H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, in this case oxygen is having oxidation number as -1. Superoxide, KO2, in this oxygen is having -. Continue. I want my dear children to do one small exercise. Take your book, NCERT book, take page number 71. You could see the standard electrode potential tabular column. Start numbering the table from lithium. Totally 34 elements are there in that page. So, this will be useful to understand which element can donate the electron, which means oxidation occurs, which element can gain the electron. Okay, I hope before the next slide you will continue this task. Now, let me explain the reaction between zinc and hydrogen ion which produces Zn2 plus and H2. Now, zinc donates 2 electron. We know that based on the stability. Zinc can donate 2 electron converted into Zn2 plus. Now, as you see the tabular column, zinc is in the position 8th position. The bottommost, from the bottommost it is in the 8th position, whereas hydrogen is in the 40th position. So, we know that when the values are less, the lower the standard potential value, it will be donating the electron, it will be undergoing for oxidation process. So, according to this, zinc is having the capacity to donate the electron. So, zinc has a weaker pull of electron, whereas hydrogen has a strong pull of electron. Now, zinc converted into Zn2 plus is considered to be a half cell or half reaction. The other one, hydrogen ion converted into hydrogen gas H2, this is considered to be a second half reaction. So, zinc loses an electron, zinc is a reducing agent and becomes oxidized. So, the oxidation number of zinc in the beginning it is 0, increases from 0 to 2, whereas under reduction, the second half reaction, hydrogen ion gains electron. So, hydrogen ion is the oxidizing agent and become reduced. So, what is happened to the oxidation number? Plus 1 reduced into 0. Let me see one more example. In this reaction, methane reacts with oxygen converted into carbon dioxide and water. In methane, carbon has -4 oxidation state converted into +4 changes into +4, which means donated electron. Oxygen absorbs electron converted into water molecule. In water molecule, oxidation state of oxygen is -2, whereas neutral atom, atom in a pure form, we know that oxidation state will be 0. So, 0 convert to -2 after gaining electron. So, we understand carbon undergoes oxidation reaction after donating electron, whereas oxygen gained the electron and undergoes reaction. I hope you have understood this concept. In electrochemistry, 2 types of cell have to be discussed. One is electrolytic cell and the second one is voltaic or galvanic cell. In electrolytic cell, electrochemical cell also known as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. A device is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy is called electrochemical cell. Now, in voltaic cell, a spontaneous reaction which generates electrical energy. So, through chemical reaction, electrical energy will be produced. It is a spontaneous reaction. So, delta G value will be negative. Whereas, in electrolytic cell, it absorbs the free energy from electrical source to derive the chemical reaction and it is a non-spontaneous reaction. So, electrical energy will be converted into chemical energy. Input is electrical energy, output is chemical energy. So, in this reaction it is a spontaneous, so delta G value will be positive. The third one is conduction of solution. Conduction will carry over in electrolytic solution, for example, copper sulphate, zinc sulphate solution through ions. So, electrolytic solution, ions are very important. Electrolytic cell can be explained quantitatively or qualitatively. Under quantitatively, we can understand which element or which electrode is undergoing for oxidation, which one is for reduction. Same way, qualitatively, we can calculate how much we will be get, which means weight of metal or volume of gas, current used for this entire process, time taken for this process. To talk about this, we have to understand few factors under quantitatively. The first one is electrode. So, electrodes are which conduct electricity between cell and surrounding. Two electrodes. What is that? Cathode and anode. Simple point. So, cathode reduction reaction occur, on anode oxidation reaction occur. To write the complete cell reaction, always oxidation will be written on the left hand side, reduction will be written on the right hand side. Always we will be having confusion on this. To avoid that, we can remember this simple method: an ox running behind a red cat, which means an or anode, oxidation reaction, red reduction, cat cathode. Please remember this. It is a simple way to talk about it. Under electrode, two things. One is active electrode, second one is inert electrode like platinum. Active electrode में copper, zinc, etc. etc. The second factor is electrolyte. Electrolyte. It is a mixture of ions involved in a reaction or carrying charge. It is a mixture of ions involved in the reaction or carrying charge. For example, copper sulfate, Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Here you have to remember medium, aqueous medium, that is the first one. So, water will be used as a solvent, or water itself can be a electrolyte. The second one, molten condition. So, for this process high temperature needed. The third one we have to remember about salt bridge. Salt bridge completes circuits, which means it provides charge balance between. So, now salt bridge is a device which connects its oxidation and reduction half cell, whereas a weak electrolyte is used. It is a junction that connects the anodic and cathodic compartments in a cell or electrolytic solution. Here, salt bridge will be like a U tube, where potassium chloride or ammonium chloride will be used along with agar-agar as a medium, which allows ion to move in a half cell. The diagrammatic representation of electrochemical cell. The right hand side is a simple electrolysis process, whereas the left hand side diagram is a complete electrochemical cell. Already I have explained what is called electrochemical cell. Now, electrochemical cell is made up of two parts or two portions. It contains two beakers. In the left hand side beaker, we are having zinc sulfate as a electrolytic solution along with zinc electrode. Right hand side, we have got copper sulfate solution along with copper electrode. These two electrodes are connected with a metallic wire, and these two beakers are connected through salt bridge. Already I have explained, salt bridge is like a U shape type of tube, which contain either potassium chloride or ammonium chloride along with agar-agar solution. As you see the diagram, you could make out the tip of the U tube is filled with cotton or plugged with cotton, and this cotton will allow the ions to move. The diagrammatic representation